I'm going to be honest here, my embarrassing band story, I'm not really embarrassed about, because every time I try to recall the adventures of Icarus Down, as we were known, I'm filled with genuinely quite a lot of pride for it, because like everybody, I've been in a load of bad high school bands doing covers and just having a laugh and getting way too drunk at gigs. And then I had a friend who was very, very good at music, and he had a friend who was very good at music, and he had a friend who was very good at music, and they all just knew me. So we started a band, and we were, honestly, for our age anyway, for teenagers, really good, I think. Anyway, we were playing around and we did all these gigs, and obviously because we weren't just doing like bad covers or just punk by numbers, we got noticed quite quickly, and we got entered into this student music awards competition to crown the best student band in the entire country. And my embarrassing band story is we assumed we were going to win. We got invited down to the thing in London where they were going to do the awards, and we were like, oh, we've definitely won this, and we told everyone we were going down to collect our award for best student band in the entire country. And we went down and we played the gig for them, and we did the thing live, and we absolutely knocked it out of the park. And we were just telling everybody else, oh yeah, what are you here for? Because we think we're here to win. And everyone was like, oh, but there's like 20 of us. And we were like, it's weird, they would invite 19 other people when we're going to win. Oh. Anyway, long story short, we came third, which out of like 20 is obviously not bad. And I think Lightspeed Champion actually won, if you've heard of him, although I might be wrong on that. Still, third, but it was quite embarrassing because we told every single person we knew that we were going to collect an award as opposed to just go down and film something for an award. So that is quite embarrassing, but regardless, I thought we were pretty good for teenagers anyway. Whatever.
Okay, I'm just going to quick fire through 3 bands that I've been in. The first one wasn't that embarrassing. I was in a just really loud, screamy post-hardcore band called Oua la Piscine, where we just sang songs based on high school French textbooks. The second one, a bit more embarrassing, is the most obvious post-rock shoegazy band you could possibly imagine. And yeah, they were called Ceiling Turned to Sky, obviously. And the final one is definitely the most embarrassing. It was an early band I was in, I'll put it that way. We were called Riomstu, and that's Riomstu spelt with 3 T's. And it stood for Random Interjection of Minds Superior to the Thoughts of Others. Yeah, we basically did a few System of a Down covers. And that was about it. Yeah. I was also in a rap video, so at least enjoy this.
Mr. Madden, Sergeant Parker.
Hello, Sergeant Parker!
You don't want anyone to get hurt, Jay. Just step up the track.
What? What like here?
Put the spatula down, Jay. Put the spatula down.
Right, so embarrassing band memories feels like it could be the title of my autobiography considering the state of my ex-boyfriends, but still, moving on with this video, I was never in a band that I kind of created of my own volition. I did play guitar, I played electric guitar, I specified that when I wanted to learn guitar, I wanted to learn electric guitar, mainly because I really liked Drake and Josh, I wanted to be like Drake, but anyway, I played electric guitar, I played violin as well, just to kind of tone down the cool levels that are radiating off me here. But I wasn't in an official band of my own volition or creation because, you know, lone wolf, baby, lone wolf. I was, however, in a zip rock band, which is basically this initiative that come to school, come to your music class, pick out a load of people to kind of join in a band. Like they collect groups across the class, so everyone is in their own band. And then you perform at a nightclub at the end of it. So I was interested in that because I had some friends that were there and played different things. And it was a good way of learning how to be better with your instrument or whatever. So I was like, hey, cool, yeah. As an electric guitarist, this sounds right up my street. I was 13, I think, 13. Oh God, I was unbearable at 13. And this whole project was great fun, hung out with my friends, played some guitar, goofed off for most of it, didn't really learn my parts for the songs, which were Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and also You Really Got Me by the Kinks, I think. I can't remember, I've tried to repress that one because it's awful memory. But basically, I goofed off. I didn't really practice. I had a great time with my pals. And it got to the point where we got to the local nightclub performance. And it kind of came quite real. It was like a Guitar Hero experience where we all come out to bunches of crowds, all our parents and friends. And, you know, everyone's there dressed up in their cool rock gear for the cool rock show of everyone. And I have bad nerves and stress and anxiety over the smallest things. So being on stage and doing a big performance gave me bad anxiety, stress and nerves over it very intensely. And as someone who knew that they hadn't quite practiced to the point where I should have, it did not go well for me. There's a video of me just kind of stressfully kind of jigging, trying to play the guitar. But yeah, kind of the lights dim, the music comes on, ready to play Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I just about muddle through. My hands are shaking the whole way through and I'm trying to do it. And I just about get through that one. And then we get to, girl, you really got me going, etc. And I just blanked on all of the tabs that I was supposed to play and couldn't do it. And I didn't know what to do because obviously I'm there with a live guitar and a live band ready to perform. And the crowd is full. This is Oceana. This is an Oceana club. Crowd is full. My parents are there like going, go on, hooray. And I've got this guitar in my hand. My friends are singing, doing the drums, everything. They're all looking at me like, Ash, because they've started and I just haven't done anything with the guitar. And in my desperation and panic to try and kind of fit in with this song that I've forgotten all of the actual fingering to, I just pretended to play it. I just stood very still and pretended I was playing the guitar, but no sound was coming out. I was like, looking confused and like, oh. And it was awful. Everyone knew I was pretending, and they cheered anyway because they're really nice. And my friends and family are good people that didn't want me to, have a breakdown afterwards. But yeah, it was the most embarrassing thing I've probably ever done. It's really funny now. There's a video of me playing out there, not the bit where I messed up. Fortunately, there's a video out there somewhere of me doing actual some guitar and enjoying it. But that bit where everything blanked out my head and I pretended to play a guitar that made no sound whilst everyone went, oh. Hooray, well done, Ash, was, bad news. It was bad news. But yeah, I share it with you today, so enjoy my shame.
So I've been in many, many bands throughout my life, and they've all been as fun as the last. And throughout that musical journey, there was also a lot of embarrassing moments. And one of the first ones that I can remember is when I was at school. I was in a little band with my mates, Lewis, Matty and Cameron. We was all in a little band together, and our school was being reopened by Princess Anne, of all people. And they decided to make us play Wake Me Up When September Ends while she walked up and down the corridors. God knows why it was that song, but it was that song. And I don't know if it made a visit any more fun, but we played it, and there's a photo of me during that session. It's just me looking directly at the floor with my emo fringe covering my eyes, and what a memory that was. And it was just odd. And then throughout the years, they've been in many more maturer bands to an extent, a lot more serious bands. And I was in a band called Felonious Funk, which is my little funk band. And we got asked to play a library. And basically the meaning of that band was to play function events, like we played weddings, we played events, uni discos. Very strange things, but we got asked to play the library, and that was it. We didn't hear any more information, so we assumed that it would just be a student party set in a library. But it wasn't. It was some old pensioners who misbooked us, and they thought we was the Felonious Orchestra, and we thought it was some uni students. And we got there, and it was literally some old pensioners just sat reading books, and we played some funk classics like Uptown Funk and Superstition whilst these grannies read books and complained that the music was too loud because they wanted strings and violins and all that stuff, and instead they got some heavy bass tones, and it was very weird. And then I remember halfway through the gig we got upstage because the yoga mats came out, and that was their session for yoga, and they wanted us gone at that point and said, right, thank you Felonious Orchestra, off you go. And we got kicked out, and then the yoga mats got pulled out, and then that was that. It's so weird. There was no point for it. And the final one is in my band Kahuna, which I'm in now, which I'm pretty certain I plug every 5 minutes. But either way, Kahuna.
Just when I thought I knew you, it turns out that you didn't know me at all. I sit and take these bullets from you, but then we'll break down and then I'll make the call.
We got asked to play a political event for some reason. We had like a run of gigs which were just awesome. We played festivals, we played everywhere, all over the country, and then we got asked to play this political gig. And we got there and was thinking, you know what, maybe there'll be all these young voters who were ready to hear us. But no, when we got there, they bombarded us with flyers, they bombarded us with these vote badges and all this rubbish, and it was just like, right, get on that stage now. And we played on this stage, and the sound quality was appalling. And when we started playing, we looked into the crowd after we'd only been there for a few minutes, and it was once again grandmas, and it was not fun. And when they've realised that we was too loud, they walked off. So pretty much it was just an empty gig, and we played to the photographer, and luckily there's photographs of that gig, and it's just us looking miserable as whatever. It's just we just look awful, and it's just so sad. And there's one of me just looking glum. And while they are embarrassing moments, they're all really memorable and really fun, and I'm really happy that I got to experience those moments. But at the same time, good lord, they were brutal and very embarrassing. And Kahuna.
So, embarrassing band experiences. Well, believe it or not, I am not and have never been part of a Limp Bizkit tribute act, despite how it may appear. And I wasn't, in fact, cool enough to be in any sort of band when I was at school because I didn't play an instrument, and I wasn't singing material. I did play the violin for about 2 minutes, but I took it home to practice, and my mum said, and I quote, "You are not playing that god-awful noise in my house." So that cut off that career before it even got started. And I was in a Westlife tribute act when I was at school for a talent show because I apparently resembled Brian McFadden, the largest of the Westlifes. Out of everybody, the most in my entire school. Yes, the ravages of time have been harsh. It basically just amounted to 4 lads on stage in a massive school hall singing Flying Without Wings. Yeah, good choice. I think it was that song anyway. Perched on the edge of some stools so that when it did the key change, we could stand up like Westlife always did. And that was the talent. Yeah, that was good enough for us to come 4th last. So that's an indication of how good it was. I didn't get a call back for any sort of Westlife tribute, sadly.